Hello everyone, welcome to ALR Bronze, and oh, that's a bit of a dodgy start, isn't it? But yes, we are ready to get going here in France. It's because I'm 2 minutes early. I need to be on schedule, don't I? Goodness me, if I'm just out of my kilter slightly, then I'm all gone to pot, haven't I? But yeah, we are here for the French Grand Prix, and I've got to say the last two races have been absolutely fabulous, haven't they? They've been brilliant, haven't they? Really, I've really enjoyed myself for the French Grand Prix. It's been absolutely fantastic. It really has, hasn't it? The first two races of bronze and gold have been absolutely splendid. They really have. It's been a joy to watch, and I got to say, and I can't believe I'm saying that about France. It's probably been one of the best events that the ALR has put on all season. It's been absolutely brilliant. It really has. Said. Anyway, now we're into qualifying one. Then this is going to be a good one, I reckon. I'm strapped in. I hope you're all strapped in as well then, and especially the drivers, of course, because it's all about health and safety. It definitely is, isn't it? Anyway, then you can see we're loading up the track now in a again, as you've heard in every other stream so far, on the course of this incredible couple of events and ALR puts on these days, isn't it? 3 days a week. Goodness me, then I've got to say that I should be paid by the word, really, shouldn't I? Oh, I'll be a millionaire, wouldn't I? But yes, we are here at the French Grand Prix then, Paul Ricard then, and we are about to get going in just a few moments time as well. I got to say that potentially we could have a championship decider here tonight as well, as Nude Potato could become the first ever bronze champion if things go his way and if it all falls and aligns into place like the stars then. And as we'll talk about all the news and reviews in just a few moments as well. Then you can see that the track map on the right hand side is very elongated, this track isn't it? You can see, look at that, how much it stretches, doesn't it? I think it was the practice sessions, if anyone remembers, I think it was 2018 practice 2 or something like that. It was raining at one part of the circuit, and then the other part of the circuit it was not raining at all. It was really weird, wasn't it? That just shows how elongated this track is, and I love that word. It makes me sound really sensible and all that kind of stuff. Lol. Anyway, then we're a minute into this qualifying session then, and we've got Sam saying evening again, my beautiful boy. I wonder if he's talking about me. Hello Sam, hope you're well today. Ayrton saying bonjour Sean, au revoir Ayrton, hope you're well today. We've also got Mike as well with a, what is that? Oh, it's a Clapham Hansen. I thought it was a croissant or something. And then we've also got Energetics also confirming he is back as well, which is absolutely fantastic. It really is, isn't it? We've got to say Fabu. I'm loving that word for some reason today. It's good, isn't it? Anyway, we've got Ayrton, who's out on track straight away. I got to say Ayrton has been fantastic, hasn't he? You could say Fabu again, really, but no, Ayrton's been absolutely brilliant, hasn't he? In the races that he's participated in. This season, of course, remember, he's very green, but now even in the last couple of races, he has really taken it up another level as well. Curly Red has retired from the session, unfortunately. David Smith, for Curly's sake, how much space do the Mercs need then? As yes, let's move on from that, shall we? Anyway, then we're just watching Ayrton coming down the back straight. Let's go for the drivers and the constructors standing, shall we? And then, of course, as I said, New Potato could be the first ever bronze champion here tonight if the stars align. Of course, if he wins today, that is it. The championship is done and dusted. If he finishes second, then that means Energetics needs to get the win and the fastest lap. Energetics, basically in a nutshell, needs to be higher than 7th position tonight, otherwise the championship is over. And you notice that there is a stranger in the Red Bull tonight of Weebegs, as unfortunately Gurman hasn't been able to take up the championship fight here tonight, as something has come out, so that's a shame for Gurman, as Ayrton there really getting a handful of luck already on this opening lap then. So yes, so New Potato could be our first ever bronze champion here tonight then. Fantastic stuff indeed then. Mike has just said, hey, I'm one of those Mercs then as well, as he's just responding there to David Smith and his take then on the proceedings of last week there, wasn't it? We've also said, David Smith say, can you go a bit faster then this time then? And we've also got Sim also saying good evening guys, good evening Sim, hope you're well as well on this lovely afternoon on board with Ayrton at the moment, who is currently the first man out on track. Let's carry on with the championship whilst Ayrton is just navigating the very tricky far part of the course as well then, before flicking it into turn 7 then. So Gurman is not here tonight then, so his qualifying his race performance, no, it's not race performance, sorry, I've completely lost my words there, as that's one of the rhinos getting out of the way then. Yeah, Gurman is not in here tonight, so unfortunately that is it for Gurman. His championship challenge potentially could be out the window, but if our new potato doesn't gets a DNF here tonight, then he will still be in the championship chance going into round 9 of Azerbaijan in a week's time then. So it's not all done and dusted yet though, is it? On board Vartan as he comes through turn 11. Energetics does need to score tonight. He is 33 points behind new potato, and if he gets a DNF tonight, that the championship is done and dusted as well for Energetics. So that is what he needs to do. He needs to get in the points then, doesn't he? And so yeah, good something. Velocity not here tonight, but he moved up to 4th position then. 4's dropping down into 5th position. 6 is Sean Hammers, Curly in 7th position. Maslet's moving up for 4 positions. He's up to 8. Fantastic stuff. Blaz in 9th, and Mike is in 10th position. F1 2019 was the biggest mover last week, wasn't he? He had a fantastic Japanese Grand Prix, and he has moved right up into the 12th position as well. Good stuff indeed. Lucius has just got in front of his teammate Gooner as well in the battle for the Fries for 12th and 13th then. Lovely stuff indeed then. In the constructors then, we have got, as we're just watching F1 2019, who has just gone fastest so far in the Alfa Romeo. Good stuff indeed there from F1 2019 then. And the constructors, talking of Alfa Romeo then, they are on the cusp of greatness as well, aren't they? They could potentially win this Constructors' Championship here tonight as well, as I think that they are about 4 points away, aren't they? So they're about 4 points away from being Constructors' Champions, or they were last week. So yeah, it's very good. Something Energetics is trying to keep the championship alive, isn't it? I'll keep you updated as much as I can throughout the race, but bear in mind my maths is, I gotta say, my 9-year-old nephew is probably a lot better at maths than I am. As Energetics are punting that bollard right out of the way there. Goodness me. And we haven't even spoken about the debutant yet, but let me just continue on with the Constructors first, shall I? As I have gone completely in a knot straight away, haven't I? Red Bull have moved up to 2nd then, and also got Haas in 3rd position. Haas is the only other team that can win the Constructors then. But unfortunately, if the Alfa Romeo team score 1 point, that means that Haas are out of it then. McLaren in 4th position, Toro Rosso 5th, Williams and Mercedes are swapped in 6th and 7th position, and Ferrari 8th, Renault 9th, and Racing Point is in at 10th position. Lovely stuff indeed. Here comes Swifty D flying through the kinky kink of turn 11, and we're on board with Bradfield then, as he is taking a couple of bites of the cherry, isn't he, before getting into the turn 14 as well then. And if anyone remembers last time that we was racing around here in 2018, I got the 2019 season 2 of ALR. I got very excited about that pit entry there, because I do get excited about a lot of things, don't I? As Daniel Murphy there has covered the comments there and has demanded an answer of why is there only 19 cars there. Of course, the silver admin, and of course he is a silver surfer as well, isn't he? That RO Dan, isn't he? Getting on the bit, isn't he? There's a lot of silver in his hair as well. Of course, I think we was hoping that one of the Williamses would join, but unfortunately that's not the case then. As at the moment, as Blas might not be, cannot make it back, but he might be able to make it back in time for qualifying 3 then. Lucius is just gone 15 fastest mode. He's on the hard tires at the moment. We're just watching wee begs at the moment. And this also brings me to as Dan has just defended himself, saying it's Ginger, not Silver, Sean. Oh gosh, he said my name. You can tell when I'm in trouble. Anyway, we're just watching Weebeck said. So we've got a debutant here tonight, and let's take a look at him, shall we? It is the Gore. Of course, anyone who's been following league racing over the past couple of years would definitely know this man. This man was frightfully quick on the Formula 1 2018 game, wasn't he? Goodness me, then he gave a lot of drivers nightmares, didn't he? And he is joining Bronson for his debut here tonight. It's great to see the Gore back, and now I've commentated over a couple of races with him as well, so it's an absolute privilege to see the Gore in here tonight, and really well done indeed then. And I'm really interested to see what he could do as well. As you can see, he's coming up behind the racing points there. So Weebeck's on track at the moment. We've also got Sim out there as well then, and Gore straight on the pace straight away. He's up in his 2nd position on Energetic, so straight away there, right up in there as well. And of course, as Energetic said, already just confirmed that he is back back in action, isn't he, here tonight? So fantastic stuff on board of Wheatbeg's then, as he is in the Red Bull as well then. And he is coming around turn 15 and about to start his lap as well then. Of course, as I've mentioned, in silver and gold this season so far, it's been brilliant, hasn't it, the French Grand Prix has. I gotta say, and I think the attendance over the 3 days has been absolutely mesmerising, hasn't it? It really has indeed. Very fantastic stuff from all you guys, actually. Really well done. Hats off to all of you. As just watching Wheatbeg's at the moment, as he's just coming into turn 3 and 4 now. That Mickey Mouse chicane as well. And you notice there's a lot of blue and red on the outskirts of the track there as well. Of course, it's enough to give you a migraine, isn't it? I'm gonna have to get me sunglasses out in a minute. And as I'm now coming down the back straight, of course, the blue tarmac is quite adhesive in it. It stops the cars from spinning, and the red is very adhesive as well, isn't it? Which is a very technical term I just used there as well. Into the chicane then, which breaks up this long back straight, and there's a lovely shot, the brake disc glowing there on the Red Bull car. Beautiful stuff indeed then. And now Wheatbex is coming down the back straight once again, just to finish it off then into turn 10. Hold on to your seats. Fantastic stuff indeed, isn't it? Now coming into turn 11 now then, you can see not taking too much curb, the Red Bull driver, is he? And you can see that curve just tightens, doesn't it? Before into turn 12 then. I gotta say, I'm not a fan of this track at all then, so that's my excuse why I sometimes don't know where the corners are. Wheatbeg's there sporting the Ayrton Senna-esque helmet, and that's a lovely helmet indeed, isn't it? Of course, that's a part of history, isn't it? And I know, so just coming over the turn 4 as well. As Mike said, can I ask you, pal, to show some more racing etiquette? I wish I could. Unfortunately, my racing etiquette is absolutely appalling. The best racing etiquette I could do is usually not is avoiding the walls and not speed in the pit lane. That's the only time I'm ever quickest actually in a league race, is usually when I'm speeding the pit set. And you can hear that horrible buzzing noise there, can't you? Sim Racer's gone 15 fastest, and Ayrton is up into 12 for the moment then. So that's the 2 racing points then as well. So Darren has said, evening all. Good evening, Darren. I hope you're well. Of course, Darren, a avid viewer of ALR, and of course, I do enjoy Darren's company. I enjoy. Oh, is Bradfield has left the session there, so hopefully he can come back in a minute. So that's not good at all for McLaren Drive. But currently, Bradfield is in a very nice. It's very nice about. He's in a very good spot of 9th position so far as well. As it's getting a bit heated in the comments there, isn't it? Of course, I do love a bit of controversy as well, don't I? As I think, of course, there was a couple of issues last week, wasn't there, in Japan? Of course, it's an old school track, though, isn't it? Really, and I feel that sometimes, it's very difficult around Japan. It's very narrow, isn't it? So you need to be definitely on your game, don't you? So sometimes, unfortunately, accidents do happen. Of course, it's motor racing, though, isn't it? So. To be honest, I think the admin has spoken, which is I think it's Farf, isn't it? And goodness me, as Farf has laid down the law, hasn't he? He threw the hammer down like judge and jury. As we're just watching Lucius come through turn 10 as well. As Dan said, the past is past, just move on as well. Yeah, of course. As I said, it's about racing, isn't it? Of course, it's meant to be a non-contact sport, but it's a bit like netball. That's meant to be a non-contact sport as well. But of course, sometimes you do have sometimes you get in contact from time to time, don't you? Yes, I did play netball when I was in PE, because I think I remember I really hurt my knee or something. I couldn't play rugby or football at the time. Anyway, enough about that. Yep. So that's basically enough of my street cred. Gone down the drain there. Netball's actually a very good sport, to be honest there. But as Blas has joined then, so good stuff indeed there from Blas. Going back, netball's actually a really good sport. I was enjoying the Netball World Cup last week. Last year. It's good stuff indeed, wasn't it? The Vitality Netball. If you do have a chance to see it, go on YouTube. It's really good. It really is. Anyway, then enough about that, and enough about my netball, history and all that kind of stuff. We're watching Dead Rabbit at the moment. He is in P15 at the moment. Now we got 5 minutes to go of this qualifying session, as far as we're coming down the hill now. Then, and let's see what we can can do then. Well, what Dead Rabbit can do at the moment, he is currently on a 32.5 at the moment. He is about, oh, I gotta say, Dead Rabbit there had got a bit of a swapper on there. So you can see, look at this, it's very, you can see, it's, even though this track can be not the most exciting car to drive, Sean Hammers there has just hammered home a great lap, and he is up into second fast mode. Lovely stuff from the Haas driver. Brilliant stuff indeed then. As lovely stuff as we're just watching, and it's so good stuff indeed then. It's Dead Rabbit then, who's unfortunately invalidated. Tom's got to go on again. Just watching Ayrton at the moment, and Ayrton is just coming on to the final part of the lap as well then. And oh gosh, yeah, and we've gone from a bit of fisticuffs to now a bit of bantering as well. I'm not going to read that comment out because you know, we're meant to be all like PG here. As Ayrton there is just gone over the grid. Actually, he's done a 46 so far, a 4600th second away, I mean, from his personal best. Dead Rabbit is back on track here. Here is the man who is currently leading the championship at the moment, and he is on the cusp of history tonight then. Brilliant stuff indeed then. And of course, Granty was the first ever double world champion in ALR. He won it on Sunday after unfortunately they was just looking to draw this season. Remember, he had to do a random calendar for the first time ever in ALR, and unfortunately Emerson doesn't like this track, does he? And he was really up against it, wasn't he? But I think he did a fantastic job nonetheless. But this season, Granty has been in a class of well, Big Emerson and Granty have been in a class of one. They've been absolutely brilliant, haven't they? They really have. And but I think Granty, remember, he only had 3 race wins last season in his first championship run. But this season, I think he's got 9 or 10. So I need to look at my stats. But he's been absolutely mega this season. He really has. Granty has. And I think whoever wins the championship, it is richly deserved, isn't it? As Darren had said, Curly Ray got a quality ban. Indeed he has, unfortunately, or he might have had to pop out to just pop outside, perhaps. And here comes a new potato coming through turn 15 as well, not taking too much of the curve there. DRS is wide open. Let's see what the championship leader can do. Well, he's done very well. 3/10 of a second in front of Energetics, and Energetics is coming back out, and I think that this is a bit of oh no, this is going to get interesting, isn't it? Dead Rabbit there wrestling with that car, isn't he? He comes over the grid, Hatchins as well. I know, where does Dead Rabbit go? He's back over to 12th position. That is relegated Ayrton into 16th position. That is relegated Collins into 17th position, and that's relegated Sim into 18th position as well. Curly, of course, out of qualifying, and Blaz has joined late, so he will be spectating just like me then, which isn't all bad. I quite enjoy spectating. Just watching Mazu is just getting it full beans on the final part of the lap then, isn't he? As we've also got Exo Hayes there saying so he's saying, come on, racer, and come on, sim. Oh, it's a Mazda taking a evasive action and coming into the pit, slowing down to the very slow at 37 miles an hour then in this pit lane. It's a very narrow pit lane. There's also a kink in the middle, isn't it? Dead Rabbit is 3 seconds down. We'll leave him to it for the minute, shall we? So I think he's just recovering back into the pits then. Here comes Energetics then. I think that, of course, Energetics is the man that can stop New Potato from winning the championship here tonight. Of course, Alpha Romeo got 2 very fine drivers as well in the form of F1 2019, and New Potato is always Energetics got off the track there, hasn't he? He's made an excursion, unfortunately, and there he goes. Well then, as David Smith just says, Curly for the win after at least 5 safety cars. I gotta say, we've had no safety cars in a gold or silver yet then, and I don't want to put the kibosh on it, but I think that I doubt there's going to be a safety car in this race either, because the bronze has been it's been very well behaved so far, hasn't it? Of course, so as I said in motorsport, accidents do happen, and occasionally, every now and again, we will see a safety car, won't we? As Forza has just said, unfortunately doesn't have any pace around here. I don't agree with you, Forza, but I think you are slightly right there, aren't you? Albeit you're still in the 31.6s, and you're the last man in the 31.6s. But Forza, he is a big player in the Bronze League, isn't he? And he is in 11th position at the moment, which is very far down to where he normally is. He's normally sky high, isn't he? Unfortunately, as we've also got Forza just saying the points is a target, and here in this race as well. now then, as Dan has said that now I've mentioned it, I think there's going to be at least 2 safety cars, Dan reckons. Of course, then I think that I reckon that we should get an old poll on the go, should we? Oh my goodness me, Dead Rabbit there, having an awful lot of luck there, isn't he? And that wasn't good at all. The checker flag has dropped then, and I think Gunnar, unless I'm in front, I am in front again, and I don't know what it is. I think I just I think I'm always in front of Firefin Knowlesy for some reason. I don't know. I think that which is very usual because usually I'm lagging behind both of them because I'm a very slow person. As Collins is on a lap at the moment. Let's go on board Collins at the moment. Unfortunately, Collins hasn't scored a point yet in his Renault, but hopefully when Renault at their home Grand Prix here tonight, then can he get some points then as well? He's got 2 more races to go. Collins has, so let's hope that he does then, and it'd be great. It'd be great stuff indeed then. As Hammer's saying, not sure where that lap came from. Well, it was a doozy of a lap, wasn't it? Of course, he's in the high 39s at the moment, Hammers is, but he's only a 10th of a second behind his teammate. Remember, Hammers is great driving. Austria is fantastic, wasn't it? Collins unfortunately is in 17th position now. He is out of qualifying. Sim has got some 3 seconds up there, but he's I think he's just decided to cut the corners, isn't it? Mike is in the drop zone at the moment. Of course, Mike has been in the ever present in the top 3 more or less this season. I think he's been brilliant, and now then he is on his lap as well. So we've got Gunnar as well on a lap as well, as Gunnar there will be following close behind. Of course, he had a race last night, I think, in silver, didn't he, if I'm not very much mistaken, which I probably am then. As David Smith saying, flying the flag, Sean, is brilliant stuff indeed there, really good stuff. As Mike then coming through the final turn as well then. Let's see what he can do then into the very tight turn 15 and on the gas, and away he goes then. And let's see if it's good enough. Indeed it is. It's 9 fast mode. Gunnar's on the custom, but I think he should be through with Sim. Unfortunately invalidated his time. We've also lost Ayrton and Collins as well. Gunnar is just got up into a 14th position. I hope Bradfield is back in this one, and there we go. As Forza is saying that France is not very D-pad friendly. Remember, if Zaki is our expert D-pad racer, remember what D-pad? It's like the arrows. If anyone remembers playing Crash Team Racing or Mario Kart or anything like that, you used to have to use the arrows, didn't you, to go left and right? And that's what Zaki still does, which is absolutely incredible, isn't it? Really good stuff. And how he finds so much speed around there, I do not know. It's I gotta say, it's magic, isn't it? As that famous song goes. Anyway then, we're done in qualifying 1. Unfortunately, we have lost Ayrton, Collins, Sim, Curly Red and Blas have all gone out of qualifying 1, and we're going to go into qualifying 2 in just a few moments as well then. As Mike is just saying, and he had to go out to cover off as he was P15. Shame I didn't need to in the end then. And but there we go though. But it's better to be safe than sorry, and I think Ferrari over the years wish they did that as well, because a couple of times they have been caught with their caught red face, not only their overalls but their face as well. So the end of qualifying 1 then, we've lost Curly Red, we've lost Sim, Collins and Ayrton have all been knocked out of qualifying 1 then, and now we're going into qualifying 2 in just a few moments time. I've just realised that Ayrton's got 3 dashes, not 4, so I need to get rid of the extra dash then on the old spreadsheet as well. So oh dear, you can see then that my attention to detail is always at the pinnacle, isn't it? Yeah, very good indeed then. Right then, we're going into qualifying 2 then, of course, then here in the French Grand Prix. Remember that a couple of races yesterday and on Monday and on Sunday, sorry, the qualifying was maybe not the most important thing in the world, was it? But having said that, remember on Sunday we had a cookie, didn't we, who came in, got pole position and the win there, and I think that Granty was saying if he got pole position then perhaps he would have had a chance of a win then. So maybe that qualifying being not important is absolutely rubbish, which to be honest it is really, isn't it? Of course, qualifying is just as important as the racing because you get a much better chance of getting through, getting some points, don't you? And of course the higher up you are, the more chance you get of a podium and even a race win then. Unfortunately Bradfield hasn't joined back in yet, so I'm hoping that he does soon, even though his car is also gone as well, so that's not good for the McLaren team, is it? And what a shame then. Dead Rabbit there is looking very alive and well in the pit lane, isn't he, as the Mercedes mechanics are about to get to work then, and he should be coming out in the near future. It looks like he's coming out now, isn't he? And Dead Rabbit is like, oh goodness me, there he also did a bit of Matrix there. Lovely stuff indeed then. So then he's coming down. Oh my goodness me then, of course these guys don't have any manners running on the track, do they? Well, especially in the pit lane. And looks like, oh goodness me, the Williams has also done the same. Dead Rabbit then, of course, he's in the Mercedes, so he is right down the other end of the pit lane, doesn't he? So unfortunately that doesn't help him when he comes out the pits, does it? As you can see then, and now they're all out on track at the moment. We still got a couple of other guys in the pits at the moment, and the first man around is actually F1 2019, and we're on board with him right now then in the Alfa Romeo then, as he is coming down the back straight as well then. Remember, F1 2019 had a lot of success in silver, didn't he, before he unfortunately had to hang up his gloves then, but he is back here in bronze, and had a great return to ALR in bronze last week, didn't he? Fantastic race as well for F1 2019. He finished with the fastest lap and also 4th position then for a man who hasn't driven for about 2 months now. That was really good stuff indeed, wasn't it? And now he is coming up then to the very quick turn 10 as well then, and at the moment, of course, that is not full beans, is it, for F1 2019, because he's doing a bit of harvesting at the moment, and they're just trying to make sure that he has the tires are in right temperature, make sure the engine is not overheated as well. Of course, these guys, as I've mentioned before, on formation laps and on quality laps as well, these guys are heat engineers, aren't they? They gotta make sure that the brakes are cool, gotta make sure not too cool, not like Scotty Too High or Grandmaster Saxai, but not too warm either then, as F1 2019 DRS right on the money, the letterbox is open, and the Alfa Romeo is going down the hill and going into turn 1 as well, and his teammate is coming right in front. Oh my goodness me then, as New Patel there really and F1 2019 is also invalidated this time now. We haven't even mentioned about the track extensions around here. Of course, it is brutal to say the least, isn't it, on this French Grand Prix circuit, because of course if you run slightly wide or cut the corner slightly, then you will have track extension there, won't you? As Darren has just mentioned about F1 2019's French flag helmet, though. Of course, that is F1 2019's traditional helmet. He's had it ever since he started in bronze, I believe, fan film, which I'm probably wrong about that now, but I'm sure he's had it ever since he started in ALR. Of course, way back in the Russian Grand Prix of silver season. Of course, earlier on this season, brilliant stuff indeed. That I can't believe how successful it's been this year, hasn't it? Really good stuff indeed. That went from 1 league this time in season 2 to all of a sudden 3. Goodness me then, growing exponentially, isn't it? Brilliant 17. Of course, it is all down to you guys as well, as of course I think that's one of the most positives, is actually just chatting to you guys, isn't it, about your opinions, about your expert opinions. Definitely much more expert than mine then. I just as I keep saying time and time again, I'm just a simple man that likes cars, really, and I also like the I know you're also probably aware of how much I like pretty looking cars as well. For example, the Haas, I think, is a lovely piece of work, isn't it? Shame about the sponsors though, wasn't it? Because they were a piece of work, but a different kind of piece of work, really, weren't they? Here comes Maz then. He's on the hard tires. He comes over the line as well, and he goes into fastest so far. That F1 2019 has just started stop as well. New Potato is going to start, is going back out and having another go, isn't he? Forza is down the back straight. He has openly admitted that he's really struggling at this stage of the proceedings, isn't he? Energetics has got a problem there. He's unfortunately, as a Dead Rabbit has just gone fast, hasn't he, with Sean Hammer second. I wonder if them two did probably hold each other up there slightly, but Dead Rabbit has gone on the soft tires straight away then, so no games there, no games at all then for Dead Rabbit. We got a Ferrari coming through as well. I think that's Gunnar, isn't it? It is Gunnar there. He is on the he's on the medium compound tires. He goes third fastest for the Ferrari team at the moment then. And of course we've got Lucius as well, who's gone very wide out of turn 15 there, but he is still, has he lost any time at all? Let's find out. And not quite then, as now as Lucius is in 4th position as well, but he's on the hard tire then, Lucius is at the moment. Well, Weebex comes over the line as well. The timing line is he's invalidated this time now, so he's going to have to go around again, unfortunately. Forza is coming to a timing beam as well then, and where does he go then? He is second fastest one. He's the quickest of the harder compound tire rubber, which is on the medium tire at the moment, isn't it? New Potato then is looks like at the moment there he is cruising back to the pits. So what about F1 2019? He's on the soft tires as well then. F1 2019 is interesting stuff indeed then. DRS is wide open then for F1 2019. He goes fast there at 30.9 there for F1 2019. Remember, that is on the soft compound tires, but that's still a good time indeed. indeed. Then Maz has done a second lap there, and he is in fourth position now on the hard tires as well. Then, of course, if you're in qualifying 2, then if you get into qualifying 3, you must start on those tires which you set your fastest time on, and that's why we're seeing a whole load of different tire compounds out there as well. It's really interesting stuff. Here is the championship leader. It's New Potato, who is, as I said, he could be on the cusp of history here tonight, can he? And he is now coming out to the final turn as well. A bit slow on the DRS there, but he's on the hard tires. He's only 8 fast at the moment there. He's got a lot of work to do. What about Energetics and the man who can stop his parade tonight? And he is 5th fastest at the moment there in the Haas racing team. Then Mike is just cruising out there at the moment there, isn't he? We've also got a Renault of Smithy, who is now just starting his lap as well. I think Weebegs is just about to finish. Indeed he is. He's run out of deployment there. This track is brutal on the Earth deployments, isn't there? You have to do a lot of harvesting around here, don't you? And Weebegs comes over the line. He goes 6th fastest again on the medium tire. Not many people are very interested about the soft tire, are they? The soft tires didn't really last very long, did they? Especially when we seen some guys going on 2 stops last night. It just really didn't appease them at all, did it? Just watching that Nude Potato then as he, of course, he is down in 10th position mode. He is carrying on with the hard tires then. This is going to be his second lap and a second fastest up on the hard tires, I should say then. As Dan has just said, can everyone wait? I've just ordered a Chinese then. As of course, if anyone's got the live Sky Sports app, you can pause it, but wait, we're not on Sky Sports yet, are we? Not yet. We have also got Droffa saying Toro Rosso fan club there, brilliant 17 by the moment. The Toro Rossos are 4th for Maslets, and Woods is currently still chilling in the pits at the moment there. Of course, made his debut last week, didn't he? And I think he did a very good job actually in gold, didn't he? Very good job indeed there. We also got Dan saying, I'm in a party with Gunnar and he will end up telling me spoilers. Yeah, of course. If Gunnar is definitely a man who definitely enjoys a spoiler or two, doesn't he? No, don't mean a spoiler on the back of a Subaru either. Gore is out there at the moment, and we've also got Mike, who's on the back then. On the back straight as well. And as now we're just coming down the back straight once again. And Jake Wilson, hard medium tires is the best option here. So not many on softs there. No, not at all. Then we've only got Dead Rabbit in F1 2019 on the soft tires so far. We've seen last night that the soft tires was not really giving anyone a major advantage towards the end ones. They were falling off after 5 or 6 laps then, which is just not a good strategy at all around here, is it? So there's a lot of medium and hard tires out there at the moment. So I doubt we're going to see much of the soft tires after qualifying 3. Then on board and Mike, then look at the understeer in that Mercedes then, as the Mercedes just wanted to go in the pit lane there, did it? Mike was not in a mood to I can't remember the word I was going to say now, but there we go. But he was not going to agree with that at all, was he? There was me trying to be all like fancy and stuff. That's really not the case, is it? And Dan saying that Fireshot on Sunday went from 15th to 3rd, going at soft hard then. Yeah, Fireshot was absolutely in fine style, wasn't he? But remember, I feel that Fireshot is a specialist around here, isn't he? And we even heard in the interview on Sunday of literally he really enjoys these. He really enjoys this racetrack, doesn't he? The Gore is the fast of the medium runners, and he has gone up into 3rd fast mode. Lovely stuff indeed there for the Gore there. Really doing a great job, isn't he, here in bronze tonight? Fantastic pace there from the Gore there. Oh, and what's that? That's a bit of I think that's end plate, isn't it, off the Mercedes? It is indeed then, and oh dear, Mike has had some problems and he is going through very gentlemanly actually, going through the polystyrene now. A lot of people, for example me, would have just absolutely steamrolled through then. And oh dear, that's not good at all there from Mike, is it? As unfortunately he is and he's now just taking the other polystyrene as well. But Mike then damaging the end plate on that Mercedes, and he's on the hard tires at the moment. He has enough time though to get back to the pits and do have another run then. So of course some drivers do like to cut the corners as well, don't they, around here, to get back to the pits quicker. Whether that's frowned upon or not, I do not know. Personally, I do frown upon it, but I can't say too much because that's like throwing stones in glass houses, isn't it? As I do exactly the same then. So there we go. And sometimes it doesn't really work for me either. So I've tried it in Japan, in Abu Dhabi once, and that's really I couldn't control all the bumps there. So yep, less said about that the better. So the moment we've got a bit of a low at the moment there with just 5 minutes to go in this qualifying session. This is only qualifying 2, everyone. We got qualifying 3 still to come, which is going to line up the top 10. But first, we've got to line up 11th to 14th. And as unfortunately, I think Bradfield is left the session. I'm hoping he comes back in a minute, because it's such a shame for Bradfield to not be in at the moment, isn't it? Because I think he's done a very good job actually over the course of the season. Unfortunately, he's only had 1 point to his name, hasn't he? But he has been improving, hasn't he? And there's been races like Silverstone for, well, no, it wasn't Silverstone. What's the race last week in Japan? And unfortunately, him and Mike came to blows, didn't they? In the SSR, and unfortunately, because of that, I think that did cost Bradfield some points there, didn't he? Because he was having a good race up to that point. On board of Lucia said, who is on the medium tyres now, then is he in the Ferrari? He has to beat a 33.0, which is his personal best so far in this qualifying session then. And now then, as he is coming into the first intermediate now then, as F1 2019 has retired from the session then, and Bradfield cannot get back in at the moment, so if anyone could invite him, that'd be great stuff indeed then. Apologies, I only just seen that yeah, now we're just watching then. Lucius come on the back straight as well, and as he is now coming down into the chicane, and let's see what he can do then in the Ferrari then. So Lucius is at the moment, he has to find 600 of a second then, which his teammate Gunnar is occupying that spot at the moment, isn't he? And Lucius coming out of the chicane as well, as I keep oh gosh, as I'm writing a comment to myself, very good stuff indeed then. But anyway, as we're coming down the back straight once again, and he comes into turn 10. Look at that, not even a hint of a lift from the Ferrari driver. Absolutely mega stuff indeed then. Of course, anyone who is new to league racing, of course, said these cars are equal, or as close to equal as they can be anyway. Of course, there's all about wheelbase and all that kind of stuff, which I think it was Lando Norris, wasn't it, was explaining about that in one of his streams, wasn't it? So the cars are equal performance, albeit there is a slight difference, isn't it, in terms of handling, because of the length of wheelbases and things like that, which I have read somewhere earlier on today, and I'm trying to make myself sound very clever indeed, which is a very hard thing to do, isn't it? There's a Loose Jess has gone 5th fast moment. Maz has started his lap as well, good stuff indeed then. Wee Beggs is on and out lap at the moment, but we should be watching Smithy D, who is in the Renault as well then. Anyway, yes, of course, all these cars are equal, aren't they? So even though, for example, it's just on board of Loose Jess in the Ferrari, of course, and the Ferrari is just as quick in theory as the Williams team is. So and of course, no disrespect to the Williams team, but they were kind of bringing up the rear in 2019. Of course, their worst season in history, which is heartbreaking to me then, because I'm a big old Williams fan. Really am there. And I've always grown up watching them battling away in the top half of the field. They're battling for championships. Smithy D is into qualifying for the moment, isn't it? Fantastic stuff there from Smithy D. Really well done there from the Renault driver. Lovely stuff indeed then. Sean Hammers there at the moment there is on a outlap, isn't he? So we're leaving to it. Mars Lutz is coming down the back straight as well. I was after his teammate Woods, because Woods is on an outlap as well. I thought he was on a quick lap actually. So Mars Lutz is 3/10 of a second up. That will prop him up a couple of positions at the moment. He is in between Forza and Lucius at the moment. Forza struggling on this circuit, isn't he? He even admitted to it, didn't he, earlier on in the stream then. But of course, he still did a good job in 7th finish now, nonetheless, there the McLaren driver. So still really good stuff indeed then. As yellow flags on the beginning and the end of that back straight. Of course, it's a very long back straight as well, isn't it? You can see it's basically long as his Dead Rabbit is retired from the session. He is currently in 2nd position mode. Is that safe enough? Of course, we're all about track evolution as well, isn't it? And you will get quicker on your, in theory, you will be quicker than your first time as well. Forza's retired from the session. He is down in 8th position, and that's a perilous position to be in, Forza. And Mazda's goes out the 3rd fast as well. Still haven't been the soft runners then. So at the moment, the soft compound runners are doing a fine job as well. Here comes Weebegs. He's on the soft tires. He goes 2nd fast then. Lovely stuff indeed there from as Gunnar's retired from the session as well, as he is down in 12th position then. The championship leader is very much in a bit of trouble there, isn't he? But he's got enough time now to go out in a set of lap as well, and so he's on the medium tires then, and he's going for it as well. We've also got Energetics out there as well. 2 big names there, very much leaving it very late then, as Woods has invalidated his time then, and I don't think Woods is going to get around, is he? And he's doing a very sportsman thing actually by by not cutting the track then, which is very good stuff indeed, actually. Hats off to Woods for doing that, because I certainly won't be doing it. I'm open and honest about it, really. We're watching the championship leader, and this is Nude Potato then. We've got Darren saying, Gunnar is going that soft, going to the soft hard route. Yeah, I think he might be actually, Gunnar. But having said that, Gunnar's out qualified now, isn't he? First got F1 League there. Sean, hello. And you now just got to Irish Mustang. Irish, I keep saying that. A New Potato coming down the back straight line. He's 8/10 of a second up. That should get him very much high and dry then. He flies through turn number 10 as well then. Before coming into the very tight of turn 11 as well then. You can see just Titans from the Irishman as well then. And he is coming up to the end of the lap as well then. Back on board then with New Potato. And he could, as I said, he could be on the cusp of history tonight then. And he's wearing the black and red helmet there, isn't he? Lovely stuff indeed there from Nude Potato then, as he comes into the final couple of corners as well, into turn 15 then, and he accelerates away, and let's see what he can do. DRS is right on the money. Nude Potato should be through, and indeed he is. Good stuff indeed then. Mike is 4/10 of a second up then. Energetics then is he's coming into the final couple of corners now. Mike then at the moment is out of fourth at the moment. He's still in qualifying, but with Energetics and Mike still to come then. Can Mike improve on his time then? Woods unfortunately just didn't get a lap in the end, did he? Unfortunately he left it too late. Mike is in the top 10 just then. Energetics then is 8/10 of a second up then. I think Mike might be pushed out here. Indeed he is. Energetics goes through into qualifying free, and good stuff indeed then. Energetics is through into qualifying free. Fantastic stuff indeed then. And of course this just makes it a bit more spicier, doesn't it, in terms of the championship, in terms of the challenge as well then. Hopefully unfortunately Bradfield couldn't get back in, and I'm still keeping on to see when the McLaren driver can come back in. If he can, he should be in 15th, I think. Unfortunately we have lost Woods, Gunnar, Forza and Mike all out of qualifying too then. In the qualifying free we have got Lucius, Smithy D, Hammers, The Gort, Maz, Dead Rabbit, New Potato there. Love that flag, by the way. Energetics, Weebegs, and also F1 at 2019. And 3 men are on the soft tyres. Everyone else is on the medium tyres then for the start of the French Grand Prix as well then. Emerson has just thrown his comments in the comment section there, and he's just gone hello then, as Darren has also greased him as well with a sup. Anyway, we're now into qualifying free now. 12 minutes to go into this qualifying free session, and I really need to learn to turn off the subtitles on the Facebook stream, because goodness me, some of the things that they think I'm saying is absolutely balderdash. It really is, isn't it? And I don't know. I really should actually turn them off really, but I've never got around to googling it really. Anyway, then we're into qualifying free. Good stuff indeed then, and we have now got 12 minutes to determine the grid from 1st to 10th. Then who is going to be on pole position? And Energetic has been on pole position 3 times. He is the all-time pole sitter in bronze so far with 3. We have got New Potato who's been on pole position once. We've also got Gurman who's been on pole position once as well. And it's going to be very interesting indeed. Then Force has asked for some strategical tips then, hasn't he, as well? I would share mine Forza, but my strategical tips usually are try not to get any penalties and try and keep it out of the barrier in turn 10. And that's as best I can do for you, my good man. Just watching Maz, and he's coming out on track at the moment, and so then he doesn't want to use up too much energy in these tires, and do they? And as Nunda said, Michael should be mad. Not the first time he's been knocked out of quality at the last second now. And we've also got Darren saying there, hard to mediums. That's that there from Darren as well. Good stuff indeed. That as we're coming down the back straight as well, as Masa's just wandering to the middle of the track. Then the Toro Rosso driver is the moment. And as he said, I love your comments. I love your comments. I keep coming in there. Of course, you've really helped me on the strategy course. And I would also like to know about your prediction for pole position. And do you think that today is the day that a nude mushroom, nude potato, I don't know where I'm getting that from, nude potato, is it today that nude potato is going to be the champion of bronze then? If I ever get his name right, then that'll be a miracle in of itself, won't it? But yeah, nude potato potentially could be the champion today. Good stuff indeed then. I think Forza has just really thrown a curveball, hasn't he, in the strategical parts of the race, because he is just as he has just uncovered a dastardly secret that there's rain in the race, and we had a sprinkle of rain, didn't we, in qualifying yesterday, didn't we? And now we have going to have a sprinkle of rain in the race. Goodness me, then, as this Dan Murphy has decided to pick up on my fusion of the fusion of the name of a nude mushroom as well. I don't know where I got that from. I reckon I must have raced against someone called Nude Mushroom or something like that. And obviously he is giving me fond memories really, because I've just remembered his name. Anyway, enough about all that kind of rubbish. Let's get back on with the qualifying session itself. As Darren has just let the cat out of the bag, or maybe the mushroom out of the bag, I don't know. As we're coming down the back straight as well, then here comes Mazda, and so he is going to be the first man to set a time here in qualifying as well, then, as he navigates around the chicane then, which breaks up this long back straight as well, doesn't it? And now he's coming on to the second part of the straight as well. There's two DRS zones around here, which I probably should have enlightened you guys a lot earlier, but I know all of you are experts, aren't you, in the old comment section, aren't you? And wherever you're watching here at the moment, and we're on board Mazda again, and lovely shot from the T-cam. I love these shots from the T-cam. And as now we're just watching Mazda's coming through turn 12 as well, then accelerated away, then not taking too much curb, then the Toro Rosso driver got yellow flags are fluttering as one of the Williams cars, I think, is just cruising down the back straight. Mazda is not cruising though. Here he comes then out of the final turn as well. DRS on the money then, and let's see what he can do. Fastest so far, of course, and he's done a 31.056 then for Mazda's. Good stuff indeed. Then we got F1 2019. Can he match it? No, he can't, because he's on an outlaw. But Nude Potato can. He is from pole position then by 6/10 of a second from Mazda. That's in second position. Lovely stuff indeed. Then simply lovely, isn't it? Dead Rabbit is coming through. Where's he going to go? He's in third position at the moment, and he is the slowest of the cars that have set time so far. Here comes Lucius there. Lucius has got a very good qualifying performance. He needs to now wrap it all up in the race as well, doesn't he? And he goes second fast, only only run apart from the champion, the championship leader in the in pole position mode, because potentially he can be champion. But there is a man in a black and gold car. Unfortunately, it's not Sean Hammers, but even though he is in a black and gold car, of course, his energetics there. He's not come out of the pitch yet, and potentially he could be the man that stops Nude Potato from being crowned the first champion of bronze. Fantastic stuff indeed, then, isn't it? And just coming now up to the final part of the course as well. Then here he is. Then Sean Hammers as well. Then he was very surprised about his opening lap, wasn't he, in qualifying? In qualifying one, a fantastic effort, wasn't it? Here comes car 53. He's second fast Mona, and once again shown that he has a good turn of pace there in that Haas racing. Good so indeed. We begs out on track mode. We got F1 2019 as well then, and I believe it's his home race actually, F1 2019, because he is sporting a French helmet, and F1 2019 there. Now let's see what he'll do on his home soil. Well, unfortunately, at the moment there, F1 2019 then is a bit beyond the 8 ball, and he is in third position. But remember, this is only his second race in a couple of months, so F1 2019, so still just getting back into the swing of things, isn't he? And I think I wish I was still that quick. And it's F1 2019, fantastic stuff indeed. That Weebegs is now coming up to as F1 2019 is retired from the session. Then I say he feels that might be the best he can do there for F1 2019, but still he's up into third position. Good stuff indeed. Then as I just read there that Dan his panic is over. I think he's got his takeaway, which I'm a bit beyond the comments there as well. But I'll leave you guys to natter on for the moment. But I would like to know your opinions on how the race is going to unfold. Then, and do you think that Nude Potato is going to be the champion, or do you think it's going to be Energetics that is coming to spoil the party here tonight? Then Weebegsen is coming over the line. Then he goes 6 fast moment in the Red Bull Racing. Good stuff indeed. Then the Gore is now also come out on track at the moment. Let's take a look at the what has gone on so far. And Nude Potato is currently on pole position as his second pole position of his career. Dead Rabbit is invalidated this time, but I think he's come back to the pits. Hammers is alongside him on row 1. Good time now for Hammers there. He's really doing a good job out there, isn't he, in the qualifying trim at the moment. Brilliant. F1 2019 third. Lucius in fourth position. Remember, in America he was right up there as well before before first corner carnage really caused him some issues. Maz in fifth position. Weebegs in sixth position there. Once again, Weebex is showing a good turn of speed. Dead Rabbit in 7th position. 8th position, sorry, those are the only times so far. 8th position is the Gore. 9th is Smithy D. And 10th is Energetics. Those final three have not set a time yet, though, have they? Here comes the Gore coming through the final part of the course as well. Let's go on board with the Gore then. And here we go then with the Rocket Williams team. Goes over the grid hatch instead. And you see this pit entry there is very, could be very dangerous indeed, couldn't it? But you can see the car coming on the pits. I think it was Smithy D there taking very good precautions as well, isn't he? He kept an eye on the Gore there just to make sure he didn't come out in his path. 4 minutes to go in this qualifying session. And who is going to be on pole position then for the French Grand Prix? This is the second to last qualifying session of the season for bronze, isn't it? As we're in the second to last race and we're on round 20 out of 21 then. The final race of the season is in Azerbaijan. We've already crowned two drivers' championships in gold and silver, isn't it? Granty, the world champion of gold, then that's his second consecutive world championship. Brilliant stuff indeed then. And he is, well, I've got to say, that's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Glock is the champion of silver, isn't he? We're going to have a champion of bronze. We will have a champion of bronze, but who will it be then? And when will it be? Will it be here in Paul Ricard? Or will it be here? Or will it be there in Baku then, of course? So we definitely will be having a champion in the next 2 weeks then, as we got a migrating the host then, as Farf has decided to call it a day. He's probably had enough of my commentary, probably. But anyway, there we go then. And the Gore is just coming onto the final part of the course as well then. And I'd love to see the Gore in full time next season, because he is very much a man who is very quick, isn't he? On his day then, he comes out of the final turn as well. Let's see if he proves me right then, and indeed he does by going second fastest by 500ths of a second there. The Gore could be the man that really throws a cat amongst the pigeons, so to speak. As really then in terms of the championship showdown here tonight, goodness me, then I'm rubbing my hands with glee. This is going to be fantastic. It really is, isn't it? Smithy D there is just on an outlet up moment then. So we got 3 minutes to go then, and everyone is out of the pits apart from 3 cars, which is Energetics, the man who can stop Nude Potato from winning the championship. We got Smithy D's coming out on track as well. The other 2 is Maslets and Weebex, who are just coming in the pits as well. As Noon saying a brilliant up by the Gore. It was fantastic, wasn't it, from the Gore? Really well done indeed there. And another man like F1 2019 who was just coming out of the wilderness of Formula 1, isn't he? And maybe they're just trying his hand to see what the get them back in, get their racing etiquette back on par and ready for the 2020 then, as we are approaching the twilight of the 2019 game, haven't we? And we've had some fantastic races, haven't we, in ALR? Of course, we've had 2 seasons for the first time ever in ALR's history on the same game in season 2 and season 3, and it has been reign supreme for Granty, hasn't it? And we've also ventured onto a new dawning, a new era with silver and bronze as well. It's been brilliant, hasn't it, so far? Of course, bronze having a shorter season than the other 2 leagues, but next season it is 4 beans for both for bronze next season as well. So you have 22 races, and that is going to be incredible, isn't it? Of course, this is a short championship. It's really is you really didn't have time to get your feet in, did you? Get your feet under the table in bronze. But next season it's definitely going to be very much more about the long game, isn't it? And I'm very interested to see who will deliver next season. I think New Potato has been fantastic, though, hasn't he? Since he made his debut in Spain there, he has been absolutely fantastic. He really has, hasn't he? Very much just came in there and was right on the pace straight away then. And now coming into the final turn, then Smithy D is as well. Sorry, I was just taking a breath then. And Smithy D's done a very good job with the Earth management. A cracking job, a cracking lap as well. He is having a 5th fastest there. Smithy D has absolutely nailed that Earth deployment. That's really good. Somebody Dead Rabbit's in the pits then, and unfortunately that is it for Dead. And you've just got to leave him as it is then as well. We've also got Weebex, who is out on track as well at the moment. We've got a lot of outlaps, and Dead Rabbit is out of qualifying. Unfortunately then, so Lucius there is on a lap at the moment. He's coming through the final couple of corners, well then, into sector 3, and now then we are coming into the final couple of corners, and car 30 this is Lucius as well then, and now into turn number 15 as on the low pedal. Let's see what I can do, and some DRS is open now for the Ferrari. Here's second. That's a cracking lap from Lucius. My goodness me, and he's made me drop my bottle of water. Goodness me, that was fantastic stuff. But New Potato is on pole position position. He has retained his pole position there. And if I just dropped my water before, I've absolutely broke my water now. And he is now. Oh gosh, just realised what I said. And Nude Potato is on pole position. Fantastic stuff indeed. Then. And what about Mazda? He is starting his lap now with 15 seconds to go. Then the countdown is on. Then Smithy D there is on an in lap at the moment. So is Sean Hammers as well. The Gort is retired. He is third fastest though in the on his debut here. Fantastic stuff there from the Gort. Fantastic lap from Lucius. A brilliant lap there from Nude Potato. Then Energetics. Then is he can he get in front? Can he get on pole position for the 4th time in his career of bronze? Then and that'll be perfect there, isn't it? Because of course I feel that he just needs to win today, doesn't he, to keep his faint championship hopes alive. Then and now he comes into the final turn as well. Let's see what do. Energetics, and he's coming to the line. He's winning the car to the line. Is enough? It is enough. He's on pole position. A fantastic lap there from Energetics. Wow. 300ths of a second there in front of New Potato there. Energetics there just pulled it out of the pulled the rabbit out of the hat there. And absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. Then he's on pole position then. And really well done indeed, and that is Energetics' 4th pole position of his career. Fantastic stuff indeed, and that's where he needed to be. The 2 championship rivals are in Lionel Stern there on the 1st and 2nd position on the front row of the grid. This is going to be tasty, isn't it? And it really is indeed then. But Energetics has 4th pole position of the season, and that cannot be matched now. So he is got the most pole positions in a single season in bronze and in the history of bronze as well. So well done to Energetics there. Huge congratulations there, but he still wants to be, as a Bradfield has joined in, so hopefully Bradfield will get in his car ready for the race as well. So can Energetics keep the championship alive going into Baku then? Of course, the minimum he has to do today, he has to be at least 6th position, doesn't he? Otherwise that is it then, but he needs to really realistically he's 33 points behind New Potato anyway, so he just needs to really win this one, doesn't he, just to really keep his faint championship hopes alive. So really well done indeed then to Energetics and as you can see he's on a victory lap as well, as Farf has also decided to come back in the session as well. Brilliant stuff indeed then. It's unfortunate for Farf's point of view, he has missed an absolute doozy of a qualifying, hasn't he? But he does have a lot to say in the race, doesn't he? Of course, if anyone's read the reviews, my goodness me, it's a logoed essay, isn't it? I think Farf must have been an English teacher before, wasn't he? Goodness me, I gotta say that I do enjoy Farf's reviews. They're very in depth, aren't they? And very well put together as well, of course. So yeah, I do enjoy the good old read there. It's a very nice bedtime story for me, and of course say that's a very good lap there from Energetics. 3600 of a second in front of New Potato in a 2nd position. That's fantastic between the 2 championship rivals. Unfortunately, Energetics missed, didn't he, last week? It's such a shame there, because I reckon this championship would be so tense right now, wouldn't it? Lucius in a crack in 3rd position once again there. I think the same as USA, equaling his best performance. The Gort there coming straight in and really getting up to 4th position. Hammers in 5th. F1 2019 6th. Smithy D 7th. Mazda 8th. Weebegs 9th. And Rabbit is in 10th position there. Here we go then for the race itself then. So buckle up everyone, this one's going to get very frightful to say the least, isn't it? And anyway then, so we are now then getting ready for the race itself then. I just have a quick look to just see what's occurred, and nothing is occurring from my point of view, so that's good stuff indeed. They're just making sure that everyone is all fine and dandy. Well, I'm certainly fine and dandy. I hope you all are at home as well. Right then, we are now into the qualifying. Now into the race as well. Of course, this is the main event, isn't it? This is what you've all come to see, isn't it? You've all come to see where a New Potato could be the 1st champion of bronze. Really good stuff indeed then. You've also seen whether the Alfa Romeo boys can also clinch the constructors as well. If remember, there's only 26 points on offer, isn't there, for the race win and the fastest lap. So if the championship is over that amount, then for the drivers, then that's it. New Potato wins. Then that is as simple as that, really. And already Energetics is starting 33 points behind New Potato. So it's a very difficult, going to be a very difficult day, as the Energetics said. Let's see what he can do then. And now we're off the grid, and we're going on the formation lap then. And so then as we go around Paul Ricard, then for the third and final time, then we've had some great races in gold and in silver. And now let's see what we could do in bronze as well then. It's been a cracking event so far. As Nunez said that he reckons there's going to be a turn 2 crash. He has foreseen it. And he's also sounding like a Jedi there as well, isn't he? So let's go through the grid from front to back. We have got a full grid here tonight. Fantastic stuff indeed then. And as now then we're on board then. As no, we're not on board. As Farf's joined the session again, and there's I don't know where Farf's coming or going, does he? But anyway, on pole position for the 4th time then is Energetics, and he cannot be beaten now in the qualifying stakes. Fantastic stuff. Excuse me. My usual pre-race cough then. So Energetics on pole position, Nude Potatoes alongside him on row 1. Lucius, can he have a good result then? He is having so much good qualifying pace. Can he now get it all together and get a good race result? He's got the Gort behind him in 4th position. Hammers is in 5th. F1 at 2019 is in 6th position. Smithy D is 7th. Maslutz is in 8th position. Weebegs is in 9th position, and we got Dead Rabbit in 10th position. Mike is in 11th position there with 12th position. Forza Gunnar in 13th position. Woods is in 14th position. 15th position is Ayrton there, who couldn't be bothered with the formation lap. 16th position is Collins. 17th position is Sim. Curly Red down in 18th position. Bradfield in 19th position. And Blas is the final man in 10th position as well then. 20 cars, 27 laps around the French Grand Prix. This is going to be good indeed then. Let's quickly go through the overview of the tyre strategy, shall we? 3 cars on the hard tyres then. That is Mike, Forza and Ayrton. Soft tyres for F1 for Weebegs, Dead Rabbit and Woods as well then. Here we go then. As Darren said, now quali's over, I'm leaving. So I think that's what Darren thinks of this racetrack, doesn't he? Goodness me! Or is it just my annoying voice? To be honest, it could be a bit of both, really, couldn't it? Anyway, then we're now getting lined up on the grid, and this is the man 4 times on pole position in bronze. Absolutely fantastic stuff there from Energetics and New Potatoes alongside it. On board with Blas there, who unfortunately joined late, didn't he, in the Williams there? And he has sported the black helmet there as well. Lovely stuff from Blas then. Right then, this is going to be good then. We're waiting for those magical 5 red lights then. When they go out, we'll be go here in the France then. There they are then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a pause, and we are go, and it's a good start there from Energetics there, keeping his advantage there over New Potato in 2nd position. I know we've also got Hammers there coming up the inside there. I know in the 3rd position there is let's take a look there. It's all clean and tidy for the first turn, but what about the second one? Oh, it's not there. There's a car jump over. That's a Williams roll off the track there, and that is the Gore who has gone down. And we've also got Gouda, who has also had some problems on the first lap as well, and a bit of some damage there on the Ayrton's car. When I say some, there's a lot of damage there, isn't there, on that racing point as well. Maz is Maz in F1 2019 are up the by the way then, and here we go through. Oh my goodness me! Oh, there's been a contact. There's a bit of contact then coming down the back straight as well, and they're side by side, isn't it, as they come down the hill now. And look at this, there's a Ferrari then of who's just repelling the attack there, and now then Maz there swoops on the inside then. F1 2019 is on the soft tyres, yellow flags then, as Forza is just trying to get himself back on track as well, and a bit of a messy start then for a couple of drivers then. Energetics leads then. Potatoes in 2nd position. If he wins today, that is it. It's done and dusted then. It's as simple as that there for New Potato, if it's ever simple to win a Grand Prix, which it hardly isn't, is it? Dead Rabbit in 7th position. Well, Mike is up into, oh, he's down into 10th position. He was up into 9th position. We've got Collins there coming through the field like on for Burn Blas there, who is oh my goodness me, look at what's going on in front there. It's Mike and Woods, and Mike is now just going on the outside of Woods. He'll be on the inside there for turn 14. Oh, there's a bit of banging wheels there. Correction of the car, and they come through to complete lap 1. Goodness me, that was an adventure, wasn't it? And look at this, 600 seconds separates Energetics and that New Potato. Lucius doing a good job in 3rd position. Ayrton is, I think, in the pits. He is, and I think so is. So all 3 of the back cars are in the pits, unfortunately, and that's not good at all, is it? And just on board, and as Maslutz and F1 2019 are still battling away then as they come down into turn 3 and 4. Where are they? There they are then. And F1 2019 is up in the 5th position. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Maslutz has dropped down to 6th now then, but he's on the medium tires. He's more for the longer game in this in this race session as well. Then so whoa, that's Mazda. So taking a alternative part of the circuit there. There's a lot of configurations to choose from around here, isn't it? And look at these queue of cars, and it's about 4/10 of a second or less as they come down the hill. Then oh goodness me, then this is going to be fantastic stuff indeed. Then and so Mike is currently in a 10th position, and there's a 10th second separates himself in Collins, but Collins needs to probably look back now, doesn't he? As now it's Blas then, who is all over the back of that Renault like a rash then as they come through turn number 10 as well. And of course you've got to be careful around here, not taking too much curve there. Blas took a lot of curve there, but he's a very stable man, isn't he, to say the least there. Blas is, as Collins there has gone wide, and so is Blas as well. And down the back straight as well, Guna there just in the background there as well. So we got a Toro Rosso going up the inside there with Smithy D, and Woods there is absolutely flying on those soft tires at the moment, doing a fantastic job at the moment there, isn't he? And really good stuff indeed then from oh, is he going to have a look? Oh my goodness me, that door is always closing now as Energetics has set the fast stop of the race as well. Someone was climbing over the curb there in the background, wasn't there? I couldn't tell who that was. DRS has been enabled then, and if you thought the first 3 laps was fun, just wait until the next 24 laps. It's going to be great stuff indeed then. Curly Red then, who's coming from the back of the field as well, is over the 13th position as well. Lovely drive so far. He's the meat in the Williams sandwich. Blas in 12th position, Gort down in 14th position as well, having a bit of a horror show, didn't he, to start off this race then. Smithy D doing a cracking job at the moment there on the medium tires then, but he just needs to keep it cool, keep it calm at the moment now, because he is going a long way into this race, isn't he? As Blas has just gone slightly wide there, hasn't he? And now then, but he's in front of Collins, but Collins is all over him like a rash there, like a bad suit as they come down the hill. Look at this slipstreaming effect there down the first party of the course then. And what is going on up front there? Goodness me, and this Smithy D, it's dead Robert. Oh goodness me, they're getting very close for call for there, and then a lot of rubbing there as well. And they're coming down the hill once again and into turn 10. Goodness me, then they're light on at the moment. Dead Rabbit is into a 7th position. Oh wow, look at that. That was absolute bravery, wasn't it? Go side by side through turn 10. Goodness me, I was trying to go there on my own. Wow, fantastic bravery from these guys. Really well done indeed then. And of course that's what makes a good racer, isn't it? And look at this, and this Woods is going to go on the outside. Oh, he's lost control of the car, and oh my goodness me, you've got someone off go. I think it was Blas has gone off in sympathy possibly then, but he's just going to control the car. He comes back on track now and get back on track quite nicely indeed then. And just taking a look back here, and oh goodness me then, and look at this as the Smithy D and Dead Rabbit. We've got yellow flags in the foreground as well as one of the Toro Rossos. I think that's one of the Toro Rossos of Woods there, struggling to cover the pits there, but it looks there. And now it's Smithy D is past Dead Rabbit. He has moved up into 7th position, and Smithy D has said he needs to get out of the DRS zone as quickly as possible, doesn't he? As quickly as possible there, doesn't he? Otherwise Dead Rabbit could be back past him once again then. But my goodness me, there was getting very touch and go there in the chicane now, wasn't it? Half a second ago was between Energetics and that Nude Potato in the battle for the lead, and Lucius doing a good job in 3rd position, a fantastic job. But Hammers and F1 2019 are very much nose to tail behind as well. And don't forget Mazda as well. There's a 4-second deficit, and just as I say that, Lucius has dropped down into 4th position as well. F1 2019 now. Oh goodness me, giving him a bit of a nudge there, isn't it? Curly Red there is up to 9th position, doing a great job. Then he just passes Mike. Mike has dropped down to 10th position. He is on the hard tyres though, isn't he? And so he's also on the long gear. So there's a lot of strategy out there, isn't it? And I'm loving this strategies out there. It's good stuff. F1 2019 up the inside, passes the Ferrari. Good stuff indeed there from F1 2019. Now Mazda is also trying to get onto the back of the Ferrari as Lucius there is looks like he's strong for a race pace at the moment, isn't he? But still doing a good job there for the Ferrari team. Lovely stuff indeed then from Lucius there, but unfortunately he's just struggling for the struggling there, isn't he? So who's out in the pits? I think that's F1 2019. He passes passed Lucius, and now he is in the pits then, and he's and I think that wonder what tire's going to go. Is he going to have a 2-stopper here? And a yellow flag again, and I think it's Woods there who's struggling, isn't he, down the Toro Rosso. So it's we got oh my goodness me, Curly Red is now all over the back of Mike. Then he passes the Mercedes and moves up into a fantastic 7th position there. Curly Red is on an inspired start to this race, and hasn't he? Good stuff indeed then. Curly Red is up in the 7th position, and Mike is in 8th position, and good. Lagort is in 9th position as well. So we've got a very laggy Collins in the background as well there. Woods has got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pits. He's on a nightmare start to this race, isn't he? Dead Rabbit is also in the pits as well, and changes onto those medium compound tires. The battle at the front then is very tense, and it's more than tense. Sail through, New Potato through, but look at this, and this is the battle for the championship, and New Potato takes the lead, and he is at the moment there the champion of bronze. Then we've still got 22 laps to go. Then as Mike and Curly Red have not finished up their difference as well. Energetic is back on the inside, incredible racing then, they're side by side, brilliant stuff then, and New Potato is still in front, and he's still in front then, but he's run wide then, and Energetic is trying to sneak on the inside, not quite. New Potato takes the lead then of the French Grand Prix. Good stuff indeed there for New Potato, very nicely done, and great driving from both drivers, fantastic stuff then. I don't know what's going on here then, but my goodness me, they're all over the circuit here, aren't they? The Gore has now moved up into 8th position, and Curly Red in that exchange is going. I thought he was 7th at one stage, but he's dropped down to 9th then, as Bradfield has got past the wee Beggs as well, nearer the back of the field then as well, and just watching that Curly Red then, as he is just having a look there at the Gore at the moment, and I've got to say, I'm really sweaty already. Goodness me, this has been fantastic stuff, hasn't it? And now then, as we're coming over the grid hatches once again then, the Gore's next target is Mike. Mike's doing a great job to repel the attack, isn't he? And just watching the battle here, this is the battle for the lead then, isn't it? Here in France, and this is what we want to see, isn't it? And of course, if Energetics does win this race, which he's back in front, by the way, which is, I've only just clocked that. if of course Energetics wins this race, then it is, I think it's going to be very much nip and tuck as well. I think he needs to get fastest lap as well. If New Potato is second, then, because I think they'll be joint on race. They'd be, I think that they would be. Exactly 26 points separating each other, won't it? And then that would go back to number of wins, won't it? And I think New Potato has that advantage at the moment, doesn't it? But they're coming back down the straight again, and then once again, wheel to wheel. Sean Hammers in the background could also potentially become a thorn in the side of these two. Look at this, they go through. Wow, look at that. That's incredible racing there. Fantastic stuff indeed. He's going to go now, so there's a correction there from that New Potato. There is this Energetics there. Is keeping hold of that lead just about, isn't he? This is it's about the race. This was about and Energetics is gone. He's gone. He's spun it. And Energetics has gone the wrong way. It's the wrong way around there. He is going to have to recover as they Energetics they were battling very close there, and he is just getting off the race line, doing a very gentlemanly thing there. Energetics is what a shame there from Energetics. He's dropped down to 6th position, hasn't he? And he's got to just those tires just need to calm down, don't they? On the Haas as well, as you see there in the foreground there is Lucius and Mars. They're just keeping tabs on each other as well. And that is a shame indeed. There's Murphy has just said no Energetics there. Yeah, that is such a shame, isn't it? And that is such a shame indeed. That is we're on board then with Curly Red. He's just got past Mike as well. As I was looking down at the comments, I was trying to catch up, but there we go, because I am completely behind. And really am indeed. Then is Mike there. Is just having a look up, but Curly Red there has the move done and dusted. Oh goodness me! He had a burst of energy there, didn't he? And I thought he was going to go into the button. Look at that queue of cars behind there. We had Sim, we had Blas, and we got Gunnar in there as well, haven't we? Goodness me then. As of course Gunnar was our former fan favourite, but unfortunately he is not the most experienced man in ALR anymore. As that crown he's now sharing that crown with Nigel. He really is indeed that. Of course I only brought that up because I think it annoys him. As Blas there is now gone up into 12th finish there. Good stuff there. Sim is dropping down into a 13th finish there. As Blas there is just continuing on then. As look at Mike here. My goodness, he's got so much speed there on that back straight there into the kink. Let's see. Wow, he is through them, but look, Curly Red is trying to go back on the inside. We're on board there with the Red Bull driver as well. And so Mike then is still in front of the moment there. As the Energetics is now starting to come onto the back there of Smithy D, but I feel the race win might have got away from Energetics as well then, but he was battling as hard as he could, wasn't he? And I've got to say, hats off, brilliant stuff indeed then. Darren saying told you it's from last to first there for Curly then. Well, he's doing a fantastic job at the moment, isn't he? He's up to 9th position then, and we're not even halfway through this race yet either, so well done to Curly so far. Absolutely lightning in the bottle at the moment. This is really good stuff indeed then. Energetics is good on the outside of Smithy D. Is he going to get through? He does indeed then. Good that's a good move from Energetics there. Cool as it's crisp as as you like that. There's the Gore in the background also recovering, and there's a lot of cars that are coming through the field at this stage of the race then, who was out of position as well then, so he's just added an extra bit of monopoly in this game as well, isn't it? As now then we've got Mike Dennis, he is just parking in the in the apex of the corners there as he's trying to give Curly Red at bay at the moment, isn't he? As just on board there, same stat as Newton Hammers, can't see Curly catching them, Darren is just take a look sorry, I've read the comments the wrong way around there, I apologise. Yeah, Darren was saying about the first to last challenge is Gunnar, and where is Gunnar? He is on the inside of Sim, he passes the racing point driver, and Gunnar is on his way then, he is fired up in this race, fantastic stuff out for the Ferrari driver. Collins is going to go on the inside, oh my goodness me then, and Collins, I thought he was spinning there, wasn't he? But not quite. And then also Gunnar and Sim are still battling away as well. I'm just keeping an eye on this battle though, as this is a cracking old scrap as well. Mike is trying to keep on the inside there. Collins is on the outside. That's where Energetic spun a minute ago. Was that goodness me? That wheel to wheel, nose to tail then, and you could barely fit a sim car between them. As I'm trying to keep my references as up to date as possible then. Oh goodness me! Then Forza's also on that bar as well. Forza is quite a way down the field, isn't he? He's just struggling for pace, isn't he, around this track there? So Forza having a difficult race here tonight, isn't he? But I think he is just trying to see if he could pick up some points then. That was his aim, wasn't it, in the that was his aim in the when he was talking to us in the qualifying session, wasn't it? And then now they come over the curbs as well. Mike is in 10th position right now. He's not letting Collins go at the moment, is he? Energetics is 4 seconds away from Lucius Simone there, who is currently set at 4th position and keeping Mazda really keeping Mazda at bay, isn't he? He's definitely holding on to him for as Blas is now as F1 2019 is trying to go on the inside. He passes, or does he? No, because Gunnar's back through then. Lovely stuff indeed there for Gunnar, and F1 2019 is doing the slipstream as well, as we've got no more slipstream then coming down into the chicane, and this is the best part for overtaking then. Here's through. Blas has also passed Forza as well. F1 2019 has passed Gunnar, and a lot of overtaking maneuvers there. And oh my goodness me, this is Bradfield. This is that's Sim is up the inside. Lovely stuff indeed then. Collins is, oh my goodness me, Collins there is now then on the inside then as he comes into, oh, it's Mike there is on the outside then, but look at this then, Mike will have the advantage then, or does he? He's on the outside then, but it's quicker to go on the outside, doesn't he, get more momentum, or no, that's not the case then, because Collins is on the outside as well, but he's in no man's land now, and Blas might even sneak through as well, but Collins coming back on the circuit in front of Blas, on board with Blas now, Blas going up the inside and getting a little nerf as well, but Collins there has got the inside line into turn 15, and as Collins there, as just giving him a good old nudge there off the track, and a lovely stuff indeed, and goodness me, very nicely done indeed. And look at this, and Collins is now still defending. Oh, there's Fred Brest going into turn 1, and look, Forza's up the inside. Collins is still in 10th position now. Of course, they're battling for 1 point at the moment now. My goodness me, it's fast and frantic here in France. And Forza having another them, but Collins shuts the door, and of course he's it's Blas there. I thought he was steaming in there. Goodness me then. And I think you guys are absolutely enjoying this. Look at the look at the comments there. Brilliant stuff indeed from all you guys there. I'll try and get through them as much as possible there. Really good stuff indeed then. Is now as Blas is dropped off the back of Forza, hasn't he? And now here comes F1 2019, who's on the fresh shod medium compound tires of the Alfa Romeo. He goes up the inside of Blas, and he is through and in a very good 12th position there. Of course, I think he's the highest runner who's come in the pits, isn't he? If I'm not very much mistaken. Indeed he is then. Forza and Collins have not finished their rivalry just yet. But Forza's got very slippery McLaren, hasn't he? Just breezed by Collins there. But Collins there is let's see what Collins does. Nothing at the moment. Oh, I think F1 2019 almost went to the back of the Renault. Goodness me then. And as Kelly has just said there, Hards will get to a lap 20 and 21. Easy softs will finish them off from there then. And of course, I love your strategy. Comments keep on coming in then. Indeed then, there's also a lot of debates, isn't there, in the old comment section about strategy, which is good, isn't it? Because it just means it's not a straightforward strategy. Blasts up the inside. Goodness me, then he came out of nowhere. Fantastic stuff indeed. Then Curly Red is just going to the pits as well then on lap 9, and he should be going to the hard tyres from then on. But of course it might be the medium to hard tyres, but remember there is a lot of alternative strategies discussions that are going on in the comments there, and I'm absolutely loving it. It's fantastic stuff indeed. That Blaz has got a 3-second penalty for his troubles in the battle for 11th and 12th position. Gunnar is only 2 seconds back as well, so expect Gunnar to be very interested in that then. Energetics is down in 5th position at the moment, isn't he, after he was on a good old duel with New Potato. Unfortunately got robbed of that too early, didn't we? But it was very tense indeed there, and just think now for Energetics, unfortunately he had to miss the last race, didn't he? But of course remember though, not everything's as important as this game. My goodness me, Forza there braked so early there, didn't he? And I'm wondering now if he might have just been letting F1 2019 through there, or perhaps he's just struggling with the grip on those tyres perhaps, and he is on the hard tyres then. We're experiencing to go a lot longer than that then. Mike is under attack then from Forza, I'm sorry, no, from F1 2019. I suppose I got the first syllable right then, and look at Mike then as he is I thought F1 in 2019 he's going to go up and under. He is up and under, he passes Mike, but Mike is not going to let that one slide, is he? No, he isn't, and he is back on the inside. Fantastic racing. F1 2019 on the outside as well then. Good racing then. I'm loving this racing, this racecraft around here has been absolutely impeccable. It really has that in the background as well. So the Williams there, and F1 2019 then is through. Maz is in the pits then for the Toro Rosso as well. Of course, this is the second to last race for the Toro Rosso team before they become the AlphaTauri next season as well then. And you can see that this battle here, and I've enjoyed this battle. It's fantastic. And look at the background, Blaz and Collins, who's still having to sort out their heated exchange here in the battle for 10th and 11th position. Good stuff indeed then. And Gunnar is inching closer and closer to this battle then. So I don't think so Gunnar is just probably going to be rubbing his hands then, isn't he? As these guys are just continuing on there. Intense battle as well. Lovely over the shoulder shot here from Mike at the moment. He is losing the set. He's now lost a second there to the Alfa Romeo as he is now taken off as well. The Gore is very close to the back of Energetics, and they're both on the similar tyre life at the moment, aren't they? Really good stuff indeed. Kelly saying quality wheel to wheel. I love it. It was brilliant stuff indeed, wasn't it? Mike is now battling with Forza. Mike has been the star of the stream so far, hasn't he? And not forgetting Blaz and Collins as well. Fantastic racing, hasn't it? Been up and down the field. It's really good. Really good action there in Bronson. What did you expect then? It's been brilliant stuff so far. As Darren saying, all that shines is bronze apparently. As I've got to say, bronze is shining brighter tonight, isn't it? And really good stuff indeed, but I think all leagues have actually shone there this week, haven't they? Really have. Gold and silver have been put on an amazing display, and here again tonight then, bronze is doing their version as well, quite nicely indeed, isn't it? And it looks like the director loves this shot from Mike. Then it's a yellow flag as one of the Ferraris at Gunnar is I think he's come a cropper somewhere. Blaz has got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits. That is not good at all. It's Gort there. It's all over the back at the moment of the battle for 3rd and 4th position about now, as New Potato there is just carrying on at the moment. Good stuff indeed then, as just on board at the moment. As Kelly just said, look at how well Mike is staying with the mediums there. They will pit in first then, and the hards will surely for the hards there. Yeah, of course the mediums will come in first before the hards are. Sorry Kelly, I completely butchered your comment there. But Mike stays out softs and then will annihilate them in the final few laps then. And the Gore is alongside Energetics, and Energetics got in deep then, but lovely car control from Energetics there, brilliantly well controlled indeed then. Yeah, good point there. Forza and Mike's doing a good job on those hard tyres, really staying with the medium tyres absolutely splendidly well so far. As of course Kelly said that absolutely perfectly, but unfortunately I butchered his comment there, so yeah, apologies about that. Collins, Gort there. I've got Collins on the brain. It's the Gort who is in 4th position out there, and giving Energetics a good old run for his money as well. Mike is currently I'd say this is the furthest he's been away from anyone so far, hasn't he? Mike has had an adventurous start to this race. It's been brilliant stuff indeed then. As Darren said, the Gunnar sat-nav must have switched off then. I gotta say, you need a sat-nav to get around here anyway, don't you? Let's take a look then. This is Bradfield then. Unfortunately Unfortunately, Bradfield there was because he got knocked out of qualifying. Well, because his connection dropped out in qualifying. Unfortunately, that's kind of put Bradfield in the mid pack, hasn't it? Really got pit stop drama as New Potatoes in the pits, Lucius in the pits as well. Ayrton is on the inside, passes Weebanks, forcing it wide as well there, and Ayrton is up into 17th position. Good stuff indeed then from these guys. Well, the Gooder is behind these guys, but he's just come out of the pit set, and now we've got 2/10 of a second deficit in between. As look at this, then is now New Potato is coming out there. He is trying to, well, to be honest, he has got a decent gap run. Energizes in the Gore, has stayed out then, and the Gore is on the back straight. Well, he's in DRS and he cannot get by Energetics at the moment, can he? I remember last week there we had a pit stop battle there, and it was Gurman who came out in front of Potato, didn't he? That was incredible work from the Red Bull boys, wasn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed then. And now then as we're coming down then, and now then, Potato is now in the 4th position. Good stuff indeed. We've also got Collins. Collins is now up into a 6th position there. Mike has really been is stuck in between a rock and a hard place there. And Sean Hammers has gone on the outside as well. We've got Toro Rosso of Woods there, who's having real troubles at the moment. Once again, no retirements here in France then so far. Really good stuff indeed. And Mike then is on the hard tires. He's going a long way in this race then. Mike is so big, so watch out for Mike and the Force at the end of this race, and they could potentially be on a hot strategy indeed then. As into the pits comes Gordon. Energetics is staying out, isn't he? So Energetics is trying to roll the dice then, and are really just trying to shuffle things up, isn't he? And it'd be interesting to see how he goes. That is so Gordon in the pits. F1 2019 is also in the pits as well then, as F1 2019 is on the 2-stop strategy, isn't he? And because of the where's Mike's in the pits actually. I got very confused there because I lost the Mercedes. He's in the pits then, and so now then they come down the hill once again, and Mars is all over the back of Hammers at the moment. We've got Lucius in the background as well. He's on fresher tyres as well. The gap in the front is 14.8 seconds then, and we're keeping an eye on that at the moment. But remember, this Energetics hasn't pitted, whilst Potato hasn't he? Just taking a look up and down the field at the moment. Mars is actually Mars and Hammers is the closest battle on track at the moment. Collins in the pits, Mike is in the pits as well. And we've also got Bradfield and Ayrton also in the pits, and a lot of pit activity on this stuff, isn't it? We're just over half distance here in this Grand Prix, and Hammers then is now then just trying to break the slipstream, trying to break the toe, isn't he? Remember, Hamilton did that back in Malaysia 2010, I believe, didn't he? Of course, he got a warning for that, didn't he? Back then, of course, he was trying to break the slipstream, the toe of I think it was Petrov, wasn't it? Of course, the legendary Petrov in the Renault back then, wasn't he? Of course, he was the man that possibly stopped Alonso from winning the championship for Ferrari, didn't he? Back in 2010, then perhaps then. Of course, there was no DRS back then, was it? So it was more bona fide overtake. Was there, and of course there's not maybe a bit more of a artificial overtaking these days, but there's a lot more overtaking, isn't there? Forza is now fallen into the clutch of these guys. Forza is the only man apart from Energetics not to pit at the moment. Good stuff indeed then, and Forza is staying out, so is Energetics as well, and coming into the final turn. Then I've got to say it's been action up and down the field, but what do you expect there? It has been absolutely brilliant stuff here tonight, hasn't it? And once again these guys are making me work for my buck or dollar or anything like that then, or whatever I'm paid with, usually with chocolate. We're just watching their Forza, Hammers and Maslets, and they are very close together. Love the shot here from above the race circuit. That is a beautiful shot, isn't it, as they go into turn 3 and 4 as well. Lovely stuff indeed then. And again there we've had some great battling up and down the field. I've really enjoyed this one once again. And look at Hammers there. Of course, the fresh medium tire, the fresh hard tires there. It's just as you can see. Look at the perch he's getting. But Forza's very quick, isn't he? Onto that back straight as well. And I think actually Mazlets is closer to Hammers, and Hammers is to Forza, and Maz might be able to strike whilst the iron's hot there. But Hammers there is pulling from out the inside there, and he is. Oh, it's a Forza there around. So you can see that he is just struggling there with the age of those tires. And I know that means that Hammers is through them. Forza, I don't think he's going to give up though. Of course he's struggling, he's admitting he's struggling to stay, but my goodness me, he is battling as hard as he can. He's going up the inside there into turn 10, and Hammers fantastic stuff. He's going on the inside. Oh goodness me, that door was always closing there from Forza, was there? But I think it was just enough there to give Hammers a bit of concern, but Hammers doing a great job at the moment, isn't he? And at the moment, as it stands, Haas are doing a brilliant job of trying to keep the Alfa Romeo team at play. but I think with Alfa Romeo they're scoring as it stands at the moment there. I think Alfa Romeo are the constructors champions actually. So even with Irish Potato in second position and F1 2019 in 8th position, they are still the constructors champions. That just shows how incredible they have been then. As now then it's coming down into turn 1 once again then, and you heard the beep there. That's contact, and oh my goodness me, Forza and the Maz have come to blows then, and oh my goodness me, coming back on the track there, very dangerously indeed there from Forza. He's damaged the car, and that is a big blow. Forza is having a difficult day anyway, just generally because of this track, and unfortunately now Maz has come to blows. As Maz got damaged there on that Toro Rosso, and look at the there. He is all over the back then, isn't he? That Ferrari. We'll have a look and see what's going on in a minute then. And yeah, unfortunately they did come to blows, and Gore is up into 5th position now. He's having a great debut here tonight in the Williams. Fantastic stuff indeed then. So let's take a look to see what Maz is doing then. And just says, it's Mike has damaged his wing and he ruined his strategy and race. What a shame now for Mike then. It was getting very close, wasn't it, between the two? Oh my goodness me, as Maz just taking more of a tight angle there coming into turn 10. Yeah, so that's unfortunate for Mike, which is why he is down in 16th position as well now, because he was on an inspired race. So once again Mike doing good jobs in qualifying, but just struggling just to keep in the points in the race there. Having said that, Mike is in a very good top 10 position at the moment, isn't he, in terms of the Drivers' Championship? 6 points in front of Smithy D, and currently Smithy D is 8th position at the moment, but we are expecting some pit stops, and here is one of them. It is Energetics. He's on the soft tyres and with 10 laps to go in this race then. Kelly was saying that he was going hard to soft, but damage cost him and forced him to pit lane, so that's a shame then, isn't it? And F1 2019 I'm friends well. So Energetics said is out behind this queue of cars, and let's see what he can do then. Hammers has moved out of second position. The Gore is now in the third position, but Maz is not leaving him alone, is he? Oh my goodness! Wow, they're going side by side into turn 4. Oh my goodness me then! And now we've got Lucius now all over the back. So Collins in as Forza has come back into pits. Well, sorry, I thought the Collins was overtaking Forza, but Forza has damage, doesn't he? And now the Gore has got a train behind as well. Look at Energetics then, as he can now be coming back up to third position as well then. And now Mazda, I think, might be more concerned about the Ferrari, because I think the Ferrari needs to be more concerned about the Alfa Romeo. Goodness me! Oh my goodness me, getting very intense. For Lucius on the outside, he's gone wide there. Oh my goodness me, getting very pinchy there, wasn't he? Oh wow, incredible stuff indeed. And now then they're coming on the back road again. And look at this, Energetics there is now on the side by side there with the Ferrari driver going into a turn at number 10 as well. And there they are then. And also the Haas is through past the Ferrari. Lucius is that exchange there for Lucius really cost them dearly, didn't it? And Energetics then is trying to alter the strategy. Currently, where's his target going to be? Well, as Lucius has gone wide there, hasn't he? So as we've also got Curly, Red and Blas, they're very close as well in the battle for 9th and 10th position. These two men were near the back of the pack, really, weren't they? 17th and 18th position. 18th and 20th position, weren't they, on the grid there? And they're battling for 9th and 10th position. Good stuff indeed that. Look at that, and that is just the fresh soft tires are just flying out of the final turn, and he is now up into a very good 5th position there. Kelly is saying that Energetics is pushing it softs for 9 laps. We've seen the yesterday's and Sunday's races about the soft tires. They do struggle to go for a long period of time around here, but Energetics are really rolling the dice here at the moment. I would say, I thought Mazda's got hit by Lucius there, but they were quite a long way back, weren't they? We've also got Darren saying Gore is looking good here. He's looking very good, the Gore is, isn't he? Really storming back here tonight, isn't he? Fantastic stuff there, the Gore on his debut. Very much hot property indeed he is, isn't he? And now they notice they're coming down the back straight once again then on New Patel then is currently on course for the World Championship here tonight. It's absolutely brilliant stuff. He's got a 5.5 second gap over Hammers then, so it looks like we're going to have all championships wrapped up before all championships wrapped up apart from the constructors then going into Baku in a week's time then, which is a bit unfortunate, isn't it? But there's still a lot of battles still to play for, isn't there? Yeah, so it looks like that we're going to have out of the 6 championships on display on offer in ALR this season, only one of them, which is the constructors for gold, is yet to be decided then. And the Blas and Curly are once again side by side. Curly in 9th position there. Is Blas going to go up and under? Not quite then. And And he continues on his way. Then good stuff indeed. Then from Blazen and the Curly Red as well. Good stuff. And now then it's F1 2019. Oh, look at this, Gordon. I thought he was going to go for the inside. No, he said it's F1 2019 on the inside. He passes and moves up into third position. Good stuff indeed. And the Gore is now got another car to repel the attack from. And this time it's Energetic Zed who was on pole position there. Unfortunately, he spun it there, didn't he? When he was having a good battle, wasn't he? With Blas is now, sorry, not with Blas, with Potato, but unfortunately, which is a shame now because they robbed us. But an absolutely tense affair, wouldn't it, to say the least? That Curly Red and Blas are on some kind of a tense affair. Oh, but now Blas then is still in that 9th position at the moment. There's 7 seconds in front of Collins, who's 11th position, Simon 12th position, Mike in 3rd position. F1 2019. It's, oh my goodness, read that. There's a bit of contact, and he's going to go on the outside. I think that was Hammers in front of it. I think it was. I thought Hammers was a little further in front than what he actually is. There he is then, as Hammers is now being closed in, and oh my goodness me, there's 3 abreast going into Tonoda. It's Energetics. He swoops past one, he swoops past the other, is he? Indeed he has. Energetics inspired. Oh, he locked up there, goodness me, he had to slow the car down at some rapid speed. My goodness me, wow, that was incredible. He's gone wide, and look down from here, it's going to stick up on the inside. Blasting Curly Red is still battling away as well. Fantastic racing, and hats off as well. Really good stuff indeed there. Kelly said, do a Schumacher, take him out, stop him winning it. So it's, and I think that's reference to New Potato Mode, who is now 6.9 seconds. Front then is Woods there, on a miserable day, isn't he? Unfortunately down in 20th position there. Energetics is back up into 3rd position, and good stuff indeed then. And what a way, and how he slowed that car down through turn 11 is beyond me. That is superhuman, isn't it? That's fantastic stuff indeed then. And now then is Gorge going up the inside. Now Energetics there has got the inside, and he is away then. Oh, there's F1 2019 on the outside that I was expecting to be behind. I gotta say then, there's F1 2019 now really stole it there, didn't he? Fantastic stuff indeed then. And as we come down the hill again, is I think Darren is a new mushroom champion. I'll take it. I think I meant to say a New Potato there. Goodness me then, I'm getting all tongue-tied here. We're on lap 21 out of 27 here then, and we are on the cusp of history again, ladies and gentlemen. Believe it or not, the French Grand Prix has it's really been a part of history this week, hasn't it? With gold being wrapped up, and also potentially both bronze titles as well as we enter the twilight of the seasons. It's been brilliant, hasn't it? On board with F1 2019, and he's 2 tenths of a second away from Energetics. He's done 3 laps on those soft tyres then. If those soft tires do go off, there'll be a couple of cars behind him, and he's going to really be starting to drop like a stone, isn't he? Goodness me then. And as Dan Murphy has just asked, is Steiner going to give him some team orders then? It's going to be interesting indeed, isn't it? So Sean Hammer, look at Energetics there, really starting to slow the car down. Look at this, F1 2019 is on the outside then, and F1 2019 is through. He passes Energetics. Energetics is down into 4th position there, and they go over the grid hatches once again then. And I think even with team orders, they would be joint on. He'll be 26 points away, but mathematically he will still not be able to win it, because I think that New Potato has won more races, and that's how it will happen if they were joint on points then. And F1 2019 getting very. Oh my goodness me then! And oh dear! And oh gosh! And oh my goodness me then! That's an appalling. Oh gosh! And so now we're just watching then Gore as oh my goodness me then, and that was quite surprised that Darren is saying he was quite surprised that Woods here, as he's always been quick when I've raced. I think Woods is just on a bit of a downward spiral here, isn't he? As Energetics are locking up once again, and isn't he doesn't want to lock up too much, so his tires are going to be rattling the fillings in his teeth for any by the end of this race. I mean, it's going to be like a 50 bench piece, isn't it? Yeah, I think Woods there had spun it there, didn't he? I think he's just had a very unlucky time, hasn't he, here in France here tonight. And look at the understeer there on this Williams then. And then as Sean Amers has dropped down to a 3rd position after F1 2019 got by him somehow or another. As Darren has said there, yes, I think that it was luckily we are past the watershed, but goodness me, I wasn't expecting that kind of action here on Tuesday night. My goodness me. Anyway then, as Energetic that is currently in 4th position, but once again he's struggling into that final turn then. I'm sorry, turn 14, and look at it. Oh my goodness me, Gorgeous on the outside. He's going to take both of them. Not quite. And now the other Haas, and he's boxed in. The Gorgeous, he's boxed in. It's a Haas attack. As he come over the line once again. Now Gordon is where is he? Gorgeous is currently behind both Haas's, and Energetics is through and past and moves up then. I'm not sure if that's team orders or what then, but it's very well positioned there for Sean Hammers, but maybe it's not because Sean Hammers is trying to go back on the inside. Not quite then, as Energetics is through and back up in the third position as F1 2019 is it's away and gone here, isn't he? Now, so it's an Alfa Romeo 1-2 now, and that will also confirm the Constructors' Championship as well. Goodness me! Wow, they're coming down the back straight once again. So I think you guys like the car, what was going on between F1 2019 and Sean Hammers there. Goodness me then. And now as we're coming down the back straight once again, and Energetics is now in third position. And can he stay in third? That is the question then. Sean Hammers in fourth position as well, and we're back on with the Gore as well. He's having an inspired drive, isn't he? And how long is those soft tires going to last for? Sean Hammers is on the hard tires here, so expect so possibly Sean Hammers might get pace later on the next couple of laps or so. It's been an absolutely inspired race today. It really has, hasn't it? I've enjoyed this one. It's from start to finish. This has been an absolute cracker race, it has, hasn't it? And I might even serve up some cheese as well later, as just watching the Gore then, who's 4 tenths of a second back in the road. We've got some other battles as well on track, and let's take a look, shall we? And the total of battles, we've got Dead Rabbit and Gunnar, as Gunnar was having a good race, wasn't he? Unfortunately, he did get lost earlier on in this race, didn't he? As, and now Mike is in the almost. Oh no, he's not quite in it. So I'm reading the classification wrong, which is probably not a good sign, is it? But he's 8 seconds away from the points. So Mike is unfortunately he got. Unfortunately, he had issues there with the front wing, didn't he? Back with the battle here, then, which is, of course, the yellow flag. Then is Gunnar's retired. He's just watching Gunnar, and he is gone. And that is a shame that Gunnar is out of the race, then. And that is a shame for the Ferrari driver, then. So Gunnar then is, and that's a virtual safety car. That's our first full course caution in 3 races around here. So good stuff indeed, then. And I've just remembered that it's gone very dull overhead, hasn't it? And is there going to be rain on the horizon as well? Who is going to benefit then from this rain then? So it might be, it looks like it's going to be a sprinkle towards the end then, so it ain't good. I don't think it's going to be too much for the intermediate tires to go on then. And we have got Kelly saying bronze, waving the flag again. Log do a reverse grid. Bronze becomes gold, and gold becomes bronze. Then we've also got Darren saying special mention to Gunnar for not joining the chat by lap 2. So is Gunnar, and is unfortunately Gunnar out of the race, and he is the only retirement so far on lap 24. Then, and we are now looking to the skies, looking to the heavens, then, because we think that there's going to be a sprinkling of rain then. And how heavy is it going to be? Remember, in the I think it was season 1. Wasn't it? I wasn't expecting a heavy heli deluge, was it? But my goodness me, it was, wasn't it? And Mr. Elite there absolutely was driving superbly well, wasn't he? On that day, and I think that was probably still one of his best drives in ALR history. He was absolutely fantastic. He really was that. And I think the Gunnar might have just joined us in the old chat as well. And so I'll be interested to see what happened. Interested to hear what happened to Gunnar. As look how dull it's got there as well. 7.1 seconds to gap at the moment there. It's a Alfa Romeo 1-2, and that is an absolutely beautiful way to clinch the Constructors' Championship. It really is, isn't it? Very good stuff indeed. Then who will be able to drive? Who will be able to drive the dry in the wet conditions in the last 2 laps? Then, yeah, it's going to be interesting as well, isn't it? Depending on the wear, because they're going to be tippy-toeing around anyway. But if we do get a bit of rain, this is going to be very interesting to say the least. Then. And as you can see then, as Kelly said, special mention to Justin for doing the wise thing and letting his AI take over. Improved him massively. Oh, and look at this, as the Gore is now side by side with Hammers, and he is through and up into 4th position there. As Sean Hammers is dropping down the order side then, as Collins is out of the race. And Collins was having a good drive here today as well. Unfortunately for Collins though, that is his 6th DNF for the season, and what a shame there for Collins. He is out of the race as well. We've had 2 retirements in the last few laps then, and he looks like he's lost it coming out of turn 2 then. I wonder if he just got a tank slapper on, unfortunately then. And that is the banter in the comment section is always good, especially on a Tuesday night, isn't it? And Bradfield has actually got the fastest lap then, so good stuff indeed for Bradfield there. Really there, I think that's going to be a tough fast lap to crack, isn't it? Energetics is in the pits then, and unfortunately, I think he's had a tough day, hasn't he? But he's had an inspired qualifying performance as well, hasn't he? And I think as Collins has left the session there, had an inspired performance, so hasn't he, in qualifying and in the race as well. And is he driving through? I'm hoping he's just waiting for the Haas. Has he got a drive-through penalty? I think it's a drive-through penalty. Energetic us. I think it must have been for speeding, mustn't it? Goodness me. I missed that again. And so once again, then poor journalism. And where's that? Mars is on the outside there because Lucius is going to go on the inside. And the moment Mars is got the position then just the moment as well. Look how dull it's got there. Yeah, we've got 2 more laps to go in this race. Energetics is down in 8th position then after getting a drive-through penalty. I believe it must have been for spinning under there for spinning under the safety car, unfortunately then. And now then Lucius then is having an inspired drive. This is one of his best performances of the season then. He had a great qualifying and that race as well. And it's all coming back together. He's got 2 laps, younger tires than Mazdas. And Mazdas is going to swoop in through and chopping off the nose cone of the Ferrari then. Good stuff indeed then. And now then we're on that 26 out of 27. Brilliant stuff indeed then from these guys as we're coming up then as Alfa Romeo's are coming out to the final lap as well, and Lucius is still battling hard, isn't it? It's the closest battle on track, I believe, apart from Sim and Weebegs at the battle for 15th and 16th position there. And they're far away from points, unfortunately, as well. Both Mercedes just outside the points in 11th and 12th position as well then. Final lap then for Nude Potato then, and he is on course there to become the first ever bronze world champion. The Gore is in the pits as well, and so Gore coming in the pits then, and this is has he got a drive through as well? Has he? No, there's Williams mechanics there just waiting for him, and let's see what he's going to do then. So he's potentially he's thrown away a very good position here, isn't he? But Sean Hammers is now back up in the 3rd position there, and I think then the Gort is coming out then, and I think he was trying to probably have a go for fastest lap then perhaps then. Anyway then there's now Lucius is back up in the 4th position. He passes Masters, and it's been a great drive from the Ferrari, a brilliant drive indeed then, and really good stuff then. So then we're just watching then the bronze champion Forza has retired from the session, and as I think that he's just come in and parked the car. Unfortunately then for Forza, he's had a miserable day, hasn't he? And now there's rain there, but I think it shouldn't affect anyone too much unless it's an absolute Malaysia style monsoon then, perhaps, but I can't see that too much then. So we've had 3 retirements in this race, which I think is actually equal with Gold, who had 3 retirements on the Sunday then. Good stuff indeed then. And here he is then, as you can see, he's taking it very cautiously now, isn't he, Nude Potato is, because he is on the cusp of history here tonight then, and at Nude Potato then, out of turn 15, wins the French Grand Prix, and not only that, he is the world champion for bronze. A fantastic race in there, well, he's come in and blown away the competition. F1 2019 on his home track is second, a brilliant drive there. Really well done. And Alfa Romeo are the constructors champions as well. Sean Hammers is in 3rd position, and he did a very good job to fly the flag there for the Haas team tonight. Brilliant stuff indeed. Lucius in a cracking 4th position there. Smithy D is actually gone up to 5th position in the end, and he will I think he's going to overtake Mike in the championship as well. 6th is Mazda as well. Energetics there pushed him all the way in the end, and he is in 6th position there. The Gore is 8th, and Blas in 9th position. Curly Red there is in 10th position as well then. So then Mike then just outside the points 11th position. If he hadn't had the wing damage, perhaps then he would have been more of a factor later on in this race as well. In a 12th position then is a Dead Rabbit as well. It's got very heavy ring quite quickly on it as well. If it came a couple of laps earlier, then perhaps it would have been more of a factor than what it was in the end then. Ayrton coming through in 13th position in the end then, and I think he had some good, we seen him have a great old battle there earlier on in the race, didn't we? And now it's now Sim in 14th position there. 15th is Weebegs. 16th is Bradfield. And Woods who's in 17th position. Well, look how gingerly these guys are. Yeah, it's got to say, in one lap, the DR's been disabled then. So it's very heavy rain then here in France then. But this, it ain't hopefully ain't going to rain too much on this parade. Nude Potato then, or as I like to call him, Nude Mushroom, is the of course, the world champion of bronze and absolutely fantastic drive. It really has been today, hasn't it? And really fantastically done, hasn't it, for this one then. So Nude Potato is the champion of the world of bronze. Brilliant stuff. And Alfa Romeo also claimed the constructors title as well. And very, very well done indeed then. As F1 2019, yeah, Alfa then. I think there's going to be some happy guys there in the sorry, in the Alfa Romeo garage later on today. Sorry. And there he is then. He is the champion of bronze, and he's been fantastic, hasn't he? His debut in Spain there, he really came in and rattled the cages, and he's never looked back since then, has he? And a new potato then, as I keep saying, champion of gold. It sounds good, doesn't it, for the Irish nude potato? And my goodness me then, and I gotta say, he's gonna be loving this for sure. I have no doubt about that. Yeah, there's F1 2019 saying podium at home now, 2-star strategy. I think F1 2019 had a very good race there, didn't he, in the end then, and especially towards the end, there was rapid, wasn't he? And in the as we've also got no penalties for Smithy D and Energetic as well. Hats off to those guys then. For the classification then from the French Grand Prix, round 20 of bronze then, the champion is Nude Potato. Hats off, congratulations, well done. Alfa Romeo, also the constructors champions, and crowns Alfa 1-2. Hammers in third position. Lucius 4th, well done. Swiffy D 5th, Energetic 6th, 7th position is Mazda, Gort 8th, Blaz 9th, Curly Red in 10th, Mike Dead Rabbit, Ayrton, Sim, Weebegs, Woods, Bradfield is on the all finished race. Forza, Collins and Gunnar all retired from the French Grand Prix then. And now it is my honour and privilege to be joined in the gantry by our champion, which is Nude Potato. I've been calling you Nude Mushroom all day then, but I finally got your name right. But what a fantastic drive, and what a fantastic season you have. Any comments there for being the bronze champ?
Really enjoyed that race. Just unfortunate the Energetics lost it. They was outside me, and then next thing they was out gone. I don't know what happened. But I know we didn't make contact. That's the main thing.
Yeah, I think he just lost it on his own there, which is a bit unfortunate there. But you two are on a cracking battle, and I was a bit disappointed really towards the ending, because I was kind of hoping that, selfishly, I wanted to see you two have a good old battle royale there. But what a season you've had, as I said, in Spain. You just came in and absolutely was blown the competition away. You've been brilliant.
I really enjoyed it, man. It's been great. When you're racing among team guys, it makes a difference. It's more enjoyable.
Congratulations, dude, and I'm sure you're going to have a cracking day, whatever you're doing for the rest of the day. Brilliant stuff. Congratulations, a worthy champion. Well done. And then let's come to Sean Hammers then, who had a very good drive today and finished third in the end. Sean, that was a cracking race from you today. One of your strongest, I would say, apart from Austria. Brilliant.
For the last 5 laps, then tyres were done. So I was asked to say that, but yeah, that was cracking there at the end. Because for some reason I think F1 2019 was like glitching. So sometimes it said I was third, sometimes it said I was second, and then sometimes it even said fourth. But so when I crossed the line, I was like, oh, I really hope I have the podium. But yeah, it was all good in the end.
Really well done, guys. Fantastic stuff, and what a way to finish the French Grand Prix. It's been a really good French event, hasn't it? And I'm just making sure that no one else is in the party, because I have before been cut people off. But nope, that's it. Thank you all for joining us for the French Grand Prix of gold, silver, and bronze. It's been absolutely excellent stuff, Fed. We've got one more round to go then, and of course there's only one more championship left up for grabs now, which is the constructors in gold on Sunday night. Join us then. But from here, it's goodbye.